Well, speaking of early voting, Donald Trump is targeting Clinton-leaning Michigan and Wisconsin in a very big way. These are both states where Trump and Bernie Sanders pulled out wins in their respective primaries earlier this year. So does he really have a shot? Let's talk about it with Bre Payton. She's a staff writer for The Federalist, and Leslie Marshall, Fox News contributor and syndicated radio talk show host. Ladies, welcome. Great to have you here. Leslie, let me start with you. So Donald Trump is spending a whole lot of time there in Michigan and in Wisconsin. Both those states went for Democrats. I mean, Paul Ryan back in 2012 as the VP candidate couldn't even pull in Wisconsin. Is that a good strategy for Donald Trump to focus his efforts there, or do you disagree with it?
I disagree focusing the efforts there. I understand why, and certainly when he is so appealing to the blue-collar worker crowd. But if you look at those who forecast like 538, Hillary Clinton has almost an 80%, and I'm rounding up, almost an 80% chance of winning both of those states. I would actually put those states in the win column. If I were Donald Trump, I would really focus more of my efforts and money on other states like Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and even Arizona.
And Bre, what do you think about him spending so much time there and focusing efforts there?
I think it's a decent strategy. I think there's been a lot less polling in both of those states, and I think in particular with all this breaking news surrounding Hillary Clinton's, the reopening investigation into her emails and some of the shady business that she did during her tenure as Secretary of State, I think it makes sense to really barrel down and focus on those two states. I think particularly in Wisconsin, it kind of makes sense. This is a state that has seen a huge amount of economic growth and recovery under a Republican governor, so I could see why they would be kind of reluctant to undo a lot of that progress under a president like Hillary Clinton.
Well, and you mentioned the polling. There's not a ton of polling coming out of at least Wisconsin, for example, so you have to wonder if perhaps they're overstating Hillary Clinton supporters, but we'll have to just stay tuned to find out. I want to ask you both about this. Donald Trump, he's been going hard. You can switch your vote. We've got a graphic that shows some of those states where you can change your vote after you had already voted. I wonder if you think, Leslie, that this is going to have any kind of a big impact. Look at these states. What do you think?
No.
No,
no, I don't.
Why not?
No.
Because a lot has changed. A lot of those people had cast their ballots maybe a month or so ago, and now we know a lot more information today than we did back then.
No, I don't think so, because traditionally in our elections in current day, when we look back, or historically, we're really a two-party system government, and also that's how we think. We're very close to a 50-50 nation divided. So most Democrats overwhelmingly are going to vote for Hillary. Most Republicans overwhelmingly will vote for Trump, although 28% of the GOP right now early voting in Florida seem to be going for Hillary, and she is up with independents. But at the end of the day, I think when a person makes their decision, they're going to keep that. Are there one or two people that may do it? Yes, not enough to move the needle that would help or hurt either of them.
Bre, you see it having any kind of impact or not enough to move the needle?
Sure. So I just spoke with a voter actually in California the other day who said that he was planning to vote for Hillary Clinton. But then when all this news started breaking that the Clinton campaign was basically working in cahoots with the Department of Justice, and that she was kind of getting, this rigged system and this rigged investigation, he decided to not go ahead and vote for her. So I think that early voting is bad for democracy. And I could see a lot of people who did cast a vote for Hillary Clinton seeing all this kind of stuff, who are really frustrated with the political system and the way that powerful people are able to skirt the law, changing that vote and wanting to go through with that. And I think it's important to be telling voters that this is an option that they can have.
Well, it's certainly a debate worth having in the future. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us today. Bre Payton and Leslie Marshall, always good to talk with you both.